as you can see now, we've got the one side up, and we haven't filled all the holes completely because we need to move certain posts, even though they are plumb at the moment. When we put the cross beams on, it might not. They might need just pulling in a touch. So I haven't filled all the holes in, so it may not look dead straight. But as we come to build the rest of the framework, we'll be able to pull it all together like it was before. But as you can see, it's already starting to get quite strong. We've got no side over there at the moment. We've only done the one side. We've been here all day doing this because we've had to redig most of these holes, and the reason for that was that we had to move it over slightly due to the path area. So when I originally measured, I measured right to the edge, and there was an issue over that side, so we had to remove it. Now, that wasn't a big issue, you know, in itself. It just meant that we had to dig 9 new holes, and of course getting these posts right in the center of where these windows are takes a bit of fettling, but it's done. The back wall, as you can see, let me just bring you around to that. The back wall is stood there at the moment. It's looking a bit skewiff because it's only this pillar here that's actually been screwed in, just because I don't know when we put this other wall in along here, okay, from the front right the way up, I got to make sure I got enough, and if I put that in now and then bury it, I may find that it's buried about 3 inches out of place. So we're going to work from the front now because that's where our datum line is, and we're going to bring it up so that we can get everything all level. Then tomorrow, hopefully I can get that done today before I go home, and then tomorrow we've just got all the cross beams and the hoops and stuff like that to put in, pull off any old plastic and things like that, finish securing the baseboards, and then it's ready for plastic. I might spend an extra day and paint all the woodwork. I think it'll be worth it, so we may delay ourselves for an extra day before putting the plastic on, but the bulk of it's more or less done now. We're as you can see, the ground level, if I lower you here, the ground level, we've had to dig big channels because it is sloping, and I wanted to make sure that the whole of the polytunnel was square. So what will happen for this area up here now, we will dig all this sort of area here, all this area here and around the back away. This telegraph post that we spoke about the other day is being removed on the 30th of March, so that'll be out of my way as well then. So it's all good, guys. It's all coming together. The next wall, so 2 or 3 days now, and it'll all be done, painted, and the internals won't be done, but we'll be able to put some seedlings in here on some shelving and stuff like that for the time being. And I'll be a happy chappy because it means I can get on with the fruit garden and what have you then. So I'm going to come back to you now in a bit when we know exactly where we are, and I've got the other wall in, and we'll talk about the cross members and stuff like that. It's now the 3rd day of the rebuild, and we've done quite a lot since we last showed you. Now all the crown boards are in right along here. This is what's going to help to strengthen it up. Excuse this little piece, that's just off something else. I'll explain that in a bit. But all the crown boards are in, and all the cross members, so now it helps to really sturdy up the structure. So all these are in nice and tight. They'll soon get noggings put between each, and we will also need to put on the hoops and things like that, okay? But essentially now, what's happening in here is that obviously because this is on a slope, we're now literally, I don't know if you can see, but you know, we're up as far as the rafters go. it's not that we've done anything wrong here. What we wanted to do was make sure that the polytunnel was level. We will excavate all of this inside out like we did in the last time we rebuilt it, and some of that will be moved to the front to fill the beds and what have you, and the rest of it will be taken away from here. So there's still loads and loads of work to do, but my main concern now today is to get the hoops on, the cross bars ready so that they can accept the plastic tomorrow, because they have forecast some rain for Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So we're chopping and changing back and forth bits. I've had to adapt quite a lot of stuff, and the reason for that is when we originally built this polytunnel, it was built in situ, piece at a time, and we've come here and it's not something that you can just take apart piece by piece and put back together. We've used different boards along the bottom. These are now decking boards, so they're only 5.5 inches wide, whereas the scaffolding boards we used before were 9.5 inches. So there was 4.5 inches we had to make up for. So every single post had to be re-leveled to the 6 foot off the top of the bed. So that way we got nice tall growth for tomatoes. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get to put some plastic on here. But I'm going to crack on now. I'm going to get the hoops done and the rest of the structure inside. All the rest of it inside can be done at another stage. All I'm interested in at the moment is getting the plastic done and the external work done, because for all intents and purposes then it's a polytunnel. I can get seeds growing and things like that in there. The roll of plastic is sat in the shed. That's come to us from First Tunnels. As you know already, they're sponsoring all of these videos, and their link is in the description below, so make sure you go down and have a look at them, because they've got some fantastic tunnels down there. The range they have is superb. They're all great quality, and it's a damn sight easier than building your own, let me tell you. I've been 4.5 days just getting to this stage. Now, bearing in mind, the first time I built it, it was a lot longer. It took me about 5 days to tear down, so we're looking around 10 days so far in the move. It's a lot of work. Anyway guys, I'm going to crack on again. I will show you some bits and bobs, and I might do some voiceover or something for sections, because there's no point me refilming certain things when I've already got the footage for it from the original build. And I'll incorporate that in. But I'm going to get the hoops done, the rest of this structure, because it's starting to get dark, and I will see you in a bit. So to explain how we connected that 50mm scaffolding tube to the 50mm plastic PVC pipe, I'm going to use some footage from the original series, guys. Now this footage was done years ago when we didn't have very good cameras. We were not long starting out as far as a channel goes. I didn't know a lot about editing, so the footage quality isn't the best. However, it's going to give you the idea of how it came about. What I didn't want to do is what a lot of other YouTubers have done when they've combined the two of the same diameter pipes, and that was to split the PVC pipe and overlap it and then tape around that. I just didn't want to be doing that. I wanted to find a more secure way of connecting that joint and making sure that that joint held when there was high winds and things like that. Now this tunnel has stood the test of time, guys. It's been up for a few years, so it'll explain how we go. This is the next step. We're going to take these high pressure 45-degree elbows, and we've got to get them to fit into this 50mm PVC pipe. Whoops, I dropped one. This is the pipe work that's going to go over the top. It'll also connect to the scaffolding tubes. So our solution is to use these, and they're high pressure 45-degree PVC joints. They're not like the ones you don't normally use for plumbing. Okay, they're very hard. They're quite thick. In fact, they're too thick, and we actually need to get this to fit in there, which isn't going to work. So what we have to do is grind it down like this, and then eventually each of them then will fit into the PVC joint like that. So that's our job for today. So inside, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, it's inside. We will drill this and then put a screw through so it doesn't go anywhere. But essentially, that one will sit on top of the scaffolding tube, and then that will give us the angle we need then for our hoops. And this one will sit on the top of the hoop, and we'll just, so essentially it's just acting like a big socket to join the both. And that's my interpretation of being able to join them two same diameters. Well, it's another day, guys, and as you can see, all the pipes are on now. So we've got all the hoops on the block. All the hoops are on the tunnel, so it's all secured in. We've just got a cross brace to put across here, but we're going to do that once the plastic is on, because they forecast a week and a half is bad rain. So we've just started unrolling the plastic, as you can see up here. We're going to get this over, and once it's over, it's good thick quality stuff. Once it's over, we'll get a few of the guys to give us a hand pull it out. So I'm going to leave you run for a little while, and we'll time lapse this video just so you can see what's going on, and we'll come back and forth periodically.